Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel and a new video on BallySpring. Just getting in the lorry here and heading down to the dairy because I've noticed we've got quite a few pallets to sell of cheese and butter. So we're going to go and sell them, and the plan is today to save up to buy a new plot of land. Probably a grass field or fields. Really depends how much money I have available. But what I was kind of thinking of doing, as I mentioned in the last episode, was turning this very steep grass field on my left here, which we own, into a arable field, and then using the new field as the grass field, whichever one that's going to be. Preferably a nice flat field or flattish field, which will save bales rolling away down the hill all the time, and also of course makes it a lot easier for me to load them manually, because I tend to load them with a telehandler. I could use a auto stacker, but that's quite expensive to buy, and even to lease it's a bit of a waste of money really when I can already load them with the telehandler, so that's the main reason for that. So yeah, I'm going to head down here to the dairy. We'll get these pallets of dairy products loaded up and we'll get them sold, and that should bring in a bit more money. We're probably looking at around about 100,000 to 200,000 for the new field, depending on how big it is. So we need a bit more yet, but once we've sold that, and we've also got our field beans to sell as well, so once we've sold them, that will really boost the money. It may be a case that I have to take out a loan to buy the field and then pay it back once I've sold the field beans in June, so it'd be nice to buy the field before June really. Possibly in May, which is next month, which will be this episode, since we're already at 3:15 in the afternoon, so yeah, we'll be soon moving time on to the next day. But I thought before we do that, we will sell our dairy products. There's quite a few building up there. We're actually almost there now. The dairy is just up here on the left hand side, around these bends. And there is the dairy tanker. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually visit the farm and collect the milk like it used to do in, if you're playing it a long time this game, in FS22 I think it was. You used to get the milk tanker actually physically driving to your farm and collecting the milk. Probably a lot of you won't remember that, but I do remember it doing that. That was really a nice little feature. It's a shame they got rid of that. As I've been saying for quite a while, it'd be really nice to have a bit more interaction with other vehicles and farmers on the map, which you just don't get in the game anymore really. Not that you ever used to get it a lot, but it used to be, you used to get the tanker visiting the farm, like I said, so that was nice. I suppose it was so that you could then buy your own equipment and transport it yourself, rather than, because you would never be able to have done what I do now, which is, just put the milk tanker on and move the milk myself. You wouldn't be able to do that because it just automatically came and visited the farm once a day to collect the milk, and then you got paid once a day. So yeah, I understand why they're not doing that anymore, but it was a nice little feature. Anyway, yeah, we'll get these pallets loaded on. This is all butter here, and then we've got a few cheese pallets as well. Quite a few, but it's not going to get us to over 100,000, I don't think. Or if it is, it's only going to be just over. Unlike, I'd say. That's all the butter now. So we'll strap them on, straighten that now. There we go, right, they'll strap on, and then you get 2 cheese pallets, which are worth a bit more money, but not as many of them. There we go, that's all the pallets on the lorry. So we'll get these sold. Check the best prices before we set off, see where we're going to take them, but I should think it'll be the Sell Everything sell point, which is just literally down the road here. They're about the same price here, so just slightly actually better at the inn again, so we'll probably go to the inn. It's just a slightly better price at the inn, so we'll do that. I'll head down to the inn now and we'll get these sold. Okay, so here we are, just approaching the inn now. Here it is on our left. Put in here and we'll get these pallets sold. So how much we're going to get for these? We're going to get over 100,000. Not quite. Oh, that's a shame. 94,600 in total there. So not too bad though, but not quite over 100,000. So we're definitely going to need some more money before we buy the field. So I'll drive back to the yard now. Lorry, I don't think there's anything we need from the store here, so I could have brought something back. It's a nice flatbed lorry that's ideal for pretty much transporting anything, machinery or bags or anything like that, but I don't think we need anything at the moment. So I'll just head back up to the yard empty now, and we'll have a look at what we're doing from that. Here we are back at the yard now. So I'll just park the lorry up where I got it from, and then we will probably just feed the cows again because the looks like the TMR mixer is full. So we'll just do that. We need a tractor on the trailer really, so we're going to use the fast track. It's just here. There we go. We'll take it off the milk tanker and use this one on the trailer now to feed the cows. I know we do this a lot, but it does need to be done because the rate the cows are eating, it's pretty incredible actually how much they're getting through, so we do need to keep on top of the feeding. But on the plus side, they are also producing quite a bit of milk, and so far this year they haven't stopped. The last few springs they've been not producing milk during spring. It's April at the moment and they're still producing milk at the moment. I've forgotten which months it was that they weren't producing milk, but I thought it was about April, May time. Possibly it was May and June, I don't remember, but we'll see if they continue to produce the milk in May or not, so we'll soon be moving on to May. I'll reverse back under the machine for another load, and then we'll probably need to put a few more bales in there as well, so I might just time lapse this rather than doing it all in real time. So that's all the animals fed for now. Ducks have still got a pile of eggs there, but we're not going to sell the eggs until June because the price is not at its best at the moment. We'll just have a quick look, and egg prices are best, well, in November, but June is the best month in the next few months. We're currently in April, so yeah, not great. But yeah, November, December time is the best time for eggs. Well, November. So we might have to take a loan out. We have actually got a £60,000 loan already. I did pay a little bit of it back, it was 80,000, I have paid some of it back. But we do need over 100,000 to be able to buy a field. We're not too far off, so it probably wouldn't hurt to borrow a bit more money and then pay that back once we've sold the field beans, which won't be too long, only in June. Field wise, I think we're probably going to go with 163. It's a bit further away, but it is flat and it's a decent size. It's just under 2 hectares, which is a pretty decent sized field really for a grass field. These ones are nearer. They're 2.75 hectares, but they're significantly more expensive. They're 200,000 almost, which is quite a lot more, way beyond what we can afford at the moment. And also having 3 smaller fields, it could be a good thing, but it might also be a bit annoying having to keep swapping fields and everything, so just having one bigger field is probably a better idea. The other thing I could do is turn one of the arable fields into a grass field and just basically swap them over, and that would be free, but then we wouldn't be able to do it this year basically. It'd have to be after the harvest. and it would be nice to have another field. So yeah, I think we're going to go with 163. So for that we would need 140,000 almost, which means extending the loan. But it's a good field, good yield potential. So let's do that. Let's borrow more money, unfortunately. So we're going to need to have 140,000. Well, that's enough. Just we now have a £105,000 loan and 139,000 for the field. So let's buy it. Unless we do a contract on it, I don't know whether there's a contract available for it. Then we get a slight discount. We do get a 5% discount for every contract we do on a field. But no, there isn't one at the moment. So we will buy it, I think. There we go. So we now own field 163. A little bit out of the way, but not too far. And I know we can get good access into that as well with the equipment, because we can take the fence down. So that's the situation at the moment. This field now could be drilled, ploughed up and drilled, and planted with a new crop, possibly field beans. I'm just wondering whether or not we should cut it for grass in May or not. I think what we'll do, we'll move time on to May. Oop. That went a bit quicker than I was expecting. I'll slow time right down now because I don't want to lose May. So is this long enough to cut? That's the question really. Oh, it is now. Definitely. So we will cut it. I think it would be a shame to lose that grass. We'll use the fast track on the mowers. There we go, so that's the ducks fed. And then we'll go and collect our mowers. We'll start doing that on a time lapse, I think, because it's going to be quite a big job to get that field mowed, but then that'll be the very last cut of silage off that field. From now on, that's going to be an arable field, and we're going to have to get that drilled this month. So that's why I don't want to skip too much time. I accidentally skipped time a bit more than I wanted to. I'll put it on real time now, so that should give us enough time to mow and bale the field, and also get it drilled just in time for this harvest. May is the last month available for drilling spring crops. So I will get on with this mowing now. So that's the mowing done, and now I've just got the rake on, and we're going to rake this ready for baling for silage. So this won't take too long, hopefully. Then we'll get the field clear. I don't know how far we're going to get with this today. It is actually taking quite a while in total to do the mowing. The whole process of making silage is quite a big job, especially on a field this size and with this size of equipment. But obviously, as you can see from the money, we can't really afford to upgrade anything at the moment at all. Probably the worst financial position I've been in so far this series, but hopefully, like I say, that's all going to change once we sell the field beans, which will be next month, next episode probably. because then we've got 50,000 litres at hopefully £4,000 per 1,000 litres. So yeah, if you can work that out, that's a lot of money coming in. So we'll be good once that's done. But for now, we've just got to suffer the lack of finances and hope for the best. But anyway, yeah, I will continue with this raking and then we'll get on with baling. Okay, so that's the field all raked up and baled now and wrapped for silage. So yeah, that did take quite a bit of time, but at least it's done now, and that was the last ever time I think we'll be doing that field for silage. Because in the future the plan is to turn it into an arable field, like I said, and we'll be drilling it hopefully in the next episode with a spring crop, probably field beans or something like that, but we'll have a look at that nearer the time. But I think that's probably going to be it for today's episode. I've done quite a bit there, but probably not going to have time to move all the bales today. As you can see, there's quite a few again, as there often is. So it's good that we get a lot of bales off the field, but it does take a lot of time to move them all, and obviously can't afford to buy a horse stacker at the moment, or even lease one. So it's going to be done by hand, I think. with the telehandler, obviously. But yeah, I think we'll probably leave it there for today. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else more that I can really do. It's going to take not too much time, because probably going to feed the cows. Could probably put a bit more feed in the cows just to finish off. But I think the main focus really will be to move all the bales, which will be next time's job. So I'll just one final job today. I'll just feed the cows again. We haven't done it in May yet. Last time we did it obviously was April. That will keep the TMR mixer running as well. If it's not run out of bales, it probably has run out of bales actually, looking at it. I can't see any bales in there. But again, that can be done next time, there's no urgency to do that, because the cows should have quite a bit of feed, I think. Put quite a few trail loads in today, so it should keep them going. I can just check to see how much feed they've got. So the ducks are fine, cows have got, oh yeah, 300,000 over now, so yeah, and it looks like the milk production is continuing as well, that's another thing. 17,000 litres of milk again, so that's good. So it looks like we've got cows that are no longer reproducing or something, and they're continuing to produce milk now. Whatever the situation is, I'm not quite sure what it is exactly, but I understand that they don't produce milk when they're reproducing, so obviously the fact that they are now producing milk means they must not be reproducing. So it's good and bad. It means we're not getting any or as many young calves coming through, but we do now get more milk, so good and bad really. Anyway, like I say, I think we'll leave it there. So I really hope you've enjoyed watching today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.